Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rusty Paap with Paap Properties of Antero Real Estate Services here in the Willow Glen office of Antero. You know, I have had in my career a long journey. I've been in the business 21 years. I started when I was 19 years old. It took me a long time to really get my career to a place where I felt like I was successful. Even though I've been in the business 21 years, I would only say that I've actually reached a level where I'm comfortable with my success in the last maybe 7 years. It's been a journey. All of those steps that I've taken to get from the start to where I'm at now have included a mentor or somebody that really got in the dirt with me and helped me figure out what the next step was. And you know, ego and pride and all of the other things, being a little bit shy, not wanting to ask for help, held me back a lot. And what I found is that every time that I actually was forced into asking for help, or it just sort of presented itself to me and I was ready for it, my career blossomed immediately to the next level and then to the next level. To kind of give you a little bit of a quick walk through my journey, I started when I was 19. The shop that I started at was run by one guy. He had a big family, lots of friends, and he used his what's called sphere of influence, or his circle of people that he knew, his network, in order to get a lot of business. So I didn't learn a lot other than that one aspect of trying to grow my business. But I learned the day-to-day. I learned the technical side of the business from working there and from actually managing that office at the end. I took the next step in my career when I came to Antero in 2011, which was actually 10 years of being in the business. Prior to that, I had made $100,000 every single year from 19 years old to, at that time, 29 years old. And then when I came to Antero in 2011, one of the things that was presented to me was this idea of coaching. So I got a coach and I started to also listen to the people around me. They weren't actually giving me advice. I just heard them talking to each other, talking to me. And I learned that there's all these things that you can do to generate business. I followed their advice and immediately went from 100,000 to 200,000. At that time, actually, the market was such that growth was not a product of prices of houses going up, but rather a product of my hard work and learning some new things. I mean, I got to that 200,000 and I kind of stayed there for another 3 or 4 years. At that point, I felt like I had reached this level of complexity. I was doing 15 or 16 transactions per year. I was working on $500,000 or $600,000 transactions, which was slightly actually below the median at the time. And that's partially because I wasn't comfortable or confident working with clients that were a little bit higher paid people who had a little bit more money. I was actually nervous to try to work with those people, or at least seek them out. After some prodding by Joe Velasco, who was at Antero, I joined his team, which was actually a humbling experience. I actually had to go and take the instruction of somebody, even though I was already running my own business with a $200,000 gross, and humble myself and go work for somebody else. And actually, when I sold somebody's house, even if they were a long-term client of mine and I listed their house for sale and I did all the work, Joe's sign went in the front yard. So you can imagine ego and pride had to be put to the side in order to do that. But I learned so much from that process. And long story short is that when I started, I was at 200,000, and within 2 years, I was at 600,000 in gross commissions from working with Joe. And it was a combination of putting my ego to the side and learning to work hard at the things that I had learned not only from him, but the things I had learned in the past, and putting those into a more consistent recipe. And so once I started to do that, as I said, I went to 600,000. And then that was about 2017 when I reached that point. Joe Velasco and I had come to a point where we were more like equals than we were him working above me. And so it's really hard for two people that are at the top to be at the top together. We got to a point where the amount of value that we were giving each other was basically equal. And so I broke off and I started my own team in 2017. Upon implementing all the systems that I had learned and doing it for myself and hiring the right person, shout out to Alex for that, we grew from 600,000 to 1.15 million immediately in the first year. And ever since then, even through COVID and all of the other things that have happened in the world since 2017, I've averaged over $1 million in gross commissions every year for the last 5 years. And this year I'm on pace to do quite a bit more than 1 million, actually, in the mid 1 millions. I'm not saying all that to sort of brag about how much money I make. It's really not about that at all. It's that I want to give that away. My whole entire business model, if you followed me on social media for some time, you'd know this already, that my business model is actually about putting others in front of myself, because I know if I help others, then I'm going to be able to help myself. So it's sort of, I don't get to keep what I have if I don't give it away. That's what I'm doing, and as such created this program here at Antero Willow Glen and the Almaden office of Antero. We're basically opening up our playbooks. There's a few of us who are top producers in this office that have come together and designed a mentorship and training program specifically designed for new agents to reach those high levels, or whatever level they want to, almost immediately, as opposed to the 10-year journey that it took me to even start another 10-year journey to get to where I am today. We're opening up our playbooks as top producers in the Willow Glen and Almaden office to show brand new agents or even agents who are doing great but want to take it to the next level what we do in order for you to just basically take the recipe and bake the cake for yourself. And what the program is it's a 5-week training course that focuses on 3 main aspects of business. There's get, build, do. So what that means is that we teach you how to get business. What are the ways that you attract clients? We teach you how to build a business. This is how you manage your time, you manage your finances, you manage your budget, and you actually manage the day-to-day operations of a real estate business that operates at a high level. And then finally, we have the do part of it, which is how do you do business, the basics, the contract writing, understanding what the words say on the papers that you're delivering to clients and having them sign, disclosures and inspections, what to look for, what to explain to your clients, and how to convey that information properly. We go over all of that over this 5-week period, and by the end of it, you have the tools and the knowledge to do business and to thrive in business. But then if you're new, we'll pair you with an experienced agent who will then also guide you through the process of your first 3 transactions, after which you can continue working with a mentor or you can go off on your own and really start getting after it as an agent. If you're new, you get the 5-week program. You also get to be paired with a mentor who has lots of experience, a top producing agent who's going to teach you how to take the knowledge you learned in the 5-week program and apply that to transactions. By the end of it, you should actually have the experience level of a top producer. Usually takes people years and years to reach, but the idea is that we're going to put you there immediately. So if you're interested, you're a brand new agent, you're thinking of getting into real estate as a career, give me a call and I'd be happy to talk further about this entire program. And if you are an experienced agent doing 10, 15, or 20 transactions a year, and you want to take it to that next level where you want to make $1 million or $1.5 million or $2 million in gross commissions, then this program will work for you as well. And you're welcome to do it on more of an a la carte basis. So if you're interested in that, just give me a call as well and we can discuss it.